truth for the seek of God or the seek of something beyond ourselves, beyond this material welfare? The seek of the immortal, seek of the timeless, seek of the objective, the want of something that cannot be mutated by circumstance nor human corruption, then the questions all begin. What is it all about? What is this meaning? Amongst all the confusions of living, brutalities, revolts, wars, endless divisions of religion, ideology, splits into nations, the deep rising sense of frustration, what are we to do with this thing called living? The seek of the thousand names, the cultivated face, the seek for saviour, seek for ideals, seek for identity that will fill our empty spaces. Where translucent codes of conduct construct subjective rights and wrongs as if social norm what a notebook as narratives get caged in rule lines, and if you don't write right then you're marginalised. Always some law to convey the norm from the not norm. As conveyor belt images show us a look, a place, a concept. Some expectation as gender roles roll out, pre-assembled in Barbie and Ken-like packaging. Hoodies and suits, heels and the boots, always some order for what a person should be. And with it comes the comparatives, the definitives, the lines repeated, rewritten. And so I ask, can we act free from the molds of tradition? Or is part of the problem that comfort that comes from the known? The single story, the genesis, the big bang, the second-hand descriptions, the spoon feed, the teachers, the authorities, the books, even our revolutionary leaders, for there is always some speaker, some prophet, some prime minister or self-proclaimed master to follow instead of self-discover. The seek of knowledge pre-made as if it were a chemical dinner, processed by another. The easy cook option, the belief only in theories printed and written. The seek for data, seek for evidence, fetish of the empirical. The belief only in that which has already been found. But does this not leave us as passenger? Always thumbs up for the hitchhike as we wait for scientist, teacher or democratic leader to show us some new truth. The new route, as if truth were a passage, a path, but can truth have a path? A dead thing has a path to it because it is static, unmoving, predictable, easy to direct to, but can truth have a path? Is that not the beauty of it? Is it not forever moving, stretching, coiling, changing form? The more we try to claim it, the more it slips possession. But do we seek false totalities? The stories that give us concrete meaning, for in the beginning was the word, and words give us our beginnings, middles and ends. The seek for formula, coordinate. The seek for truth as if it has a specific point in place. The search for the absolute, and in it knowing becomes a power game. Lost in our secular saviours, caught up in the segments of country and of our cultural identity, the definitives, the us and the others, caught up in our micro-frustrations, caught up in the conditions, satisfied with our little gods and our little traditions. And although there has been progress from the wheel to the jet plane, psychologically the individual has hardly changed. Just look at the total welfare, total misery, total confusion of the world. How are we all still so colossally greedy? But for our kin we have joy and affection. How can we live in this mix of peace and neglection? Well, I suppose that the social structure is representative of all of our inner conflicts, of our exclusiveness, of our do well to others that look like us, of our homogeneous charity. If so, then the whole of human history is written in ourselves. But are we not the pieces that make this society? Are we the culture that rewards competition? Are we hot in the desire for power, prestige and position? Do we want others to know our names, our success and our obsession with fame? Are we not the weave and thread of this society? Are we not its nationalisms, its selfishness, its wars and its endless divisions? I ask, are we also responsible for the world that we live in? Or do we seek to always blame the other, the banker, the corporate, the politician? But is it not we that also hold up their power structures and labour division? I ask, do we not also play in this ill-structured game of monopoly? And if so, then we need to step back and recognise that we too are our own agency. How's that? Like, what? like what I write or why I perform is to kind of open up these kind of discussions and dialogues. And so that's something that I think is truly important, is that, of course, you know, we live in a hegemonic structure and there are power structures that kind of control certain aspects of our life, but they only control certain aspects of our life because we also allow them to. If we all had to turn around and say, actually, if the whole of London had to turn around and say, let's not pay rent, what would they do? Like, you know, so it's all about kind of recognising what we can do collectively. I don't know if anyone wants to say something. I mean, the discussion is open. Sorry? Okay, let's hear this guy. What were you? Drag who out? Okay, sorry?
There were organised rent strikes back in the 70s and the 80s. A whole group of people say we're not going to pay our rent until something, you know,
and do you think we should have something like this back again? Like,
absolutely.
Organising the communities and, you know, reclaiming power.
Okay, cool. Well, a project that I'm actually starting, I don't know if any of you guys are interested in it, but it's to kind of open up, turn public space into performance, art and discussion spaces. So that's all about kind of community outreach and having discussions like this with local people and see how we can also live sustainably. Okay, cool. Should I do some more? As we seek altered states, some plan, some date, some destination, some ideas, some hope, some expectation. Red buses rush at accelerated paces, chase of the never-ending, tongue of tarmac, white arrows pointing, bus stopping, yet never stopping. Another round of footfall enter, micro lives sit close by but not together. Groups exchange same tones, homogeneous hairstyle, style type, moving window, car parks and construction sites. Jaws of excavators, red, back, lights cluster in semi-stillness. Ladybirds on some neon pilgrimage while cyclists ride logo as their form of protection, and the cars might as well be cans. While moon sits, sometimes eaten by cloud night still. Though the high-rise blocks the sky, through the glass, clocks, towers, you can still see sky slice to be as bird. Still, the new season begins without a start line. Slow sun gets more potent, parodies the burn. Yellow Ray Theatre plays, grassy carpets accept my mould. Eyes too weak, blue, white streets to be as bird. Still, wheels on road make false winds, balloons of people rushing out then in, pedestrian swell till high tide shrinks open air. The centre wears its own medallions. Diamante light bulbs twinkle on skin of thick night and the buildings are forever teenagers. Scaffold, braces, ribs, still the sky remains unpunctured, inhibiting a tiny distance in the small dots of the whole of existence. How's that?